Hi guys, this is Jess, and this is the How Do They Feel About You? And this is for Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. It's been a while since I did these particular readings, and I thought it'd be cool to bring them back. So we're going to get started. Now, we're going to go through each sign, but we're only focusing on the collective earth energy. Okay, so for those of you, I'll be putting out the other readings later. But if you're just interested to see as a cross watcher, you're welcome to stay. But this is for Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. We're going to go through each sign. Now, let's get started. So, Aries, for those of you who may have or have had an Aries in your life, well, the Aries is missing their family. They're holding back. They're not saying it. I think that they're really emotional at this time. They're keeping it deep within themselves, but they're not happy that they don't have their family or this happily ever after. The two of you aren't in a good space, aren't in a happy space together. For those of you Taurus, Capricorns, or Virgos out there that can relate to an Aries, I feel like this person may have highs and lows. So emotionally, one minute they are kind of even killed, the next minute they could be irate. They are holding back quite a bit from you. And I feel like this person, 6, 8, they've walked away, you've walked away. Someone walked away here, and they've not been pretty happy since you've been gone. That's for sure. They're not happy. Your Aries is not happy since you've been gone. And as you can see, the message that they would like to send to you says, I'm trying to think of what I want to say to you. And that's why you haven't heard from them. For some of you, it may have been quite a while, right? But others of you, I feel like this kind of just happened. And if you haven't been hearing from this person, they're trying to figure out what can they say to you to kind of make things right, make it all better. But they are in their feelings and they are not happy that the two of you are either on the outs or you're no longer together or your relationship has hit some type of a speed bump or you're going through some kind of a challenge here. So that's the message from Aries. Now let's look at Taurus. Okay, so Taurus, if there has been any issues with a Taurus, guys, and they are acting as though breaking up with you or being distant from you is the best thing that has happened to them, don't buy it. They're lying. They're not being honest. They're in their feelings. And I have to say, for some of you, this is, keep in mind that we're in the midst of a Mercury retrograde in Pisces. So this is more retrograde energy. A lot of people are, holding back in their feelings, processing things from the past, that sort of thing. So these feelings and actions that people are displaying now will change drastically. I feel once we get into Aries season, it's going to probably be like night and day. But for some of you dealing with a Taurus, there is this holding back. There can be some manipulation going on because this is like, first it was King of Cups, now it's the Queen of Cups. So people are using these no contacts as tactical ploys to probably get someone to move and come toward them. I'm not saying that all Tauruses are doing this. Some Tauruses have a right to kind of hold back. But if that is the case, don't think that they don't care. They may be acting like they don't care. They may be professing as though they're okay. Everything is fine. Everything is okay. They know they got it all together. No, they are definitely in their feelings. I feel like this person, for some of you, some of you that you could be experiencing someone doing this as a tactic, right? To bring you in. If it's not a tactical move, then this person is emotional, but they're keeping it inside. If you are dealing with a Taurus, you may experience those highs and lows, especially if there has been like a complete disaster avoided, something that went down they're not happy about, but you guys probably didn't completely break up or you've just gotten back together. It's going to be a hard road trying to get this Taurus to kind of come back around the way that they used to be. But don't be fooled. Do not be fooled that this person is just, they're fine and everything is okay. And no, it's not. Especially if the ones that you have no contact with, because as you can see, you are never far from their mind. Never. So they think of you. And to me, when I see this card, that energy really does speak to someone who's going through a lot of internal turmoil. A lot of their stuff is deep, but it's internal. It's something that they're dealing with themselves. So don't think that they're not thinking of you. Don't think that you don't matter, because clearly that's not the case. Now let's look at Gemini. Well, this Gemini certainly has been thinking about you. They've been thinking about you, and they're pretty stubborn too. They too may have some type of Earth energy, may have Taurus in their chart, but this person has been thinking about coming back. Okay. They're thinking about it. They're thinking about making the situation right. Um, and if someone is dealing with a Gemini who's been acting a little distant, acting a little funny, it's almost like that other twin has come out to play, and they're giving you feelings as though their interest has strayed. They may be thinking about going back to someone else, but they've been heavy, heavy, heavy in thought, thinking about going back. Okay, but they do stop themselves. They stop themselves because they think, well, what you did to me wasn't right, or maybe what they did to you was just unthinkable, and so they stop themselves in the moment. But they're thinking of you. They're thinking of how and why, and even if it's possible to work the situation out. And then they're thinking about all the possibilities of what it would take to work it out. Some of you, there is possibly proceedings to go to court, to let the courts decide. Some of you may already be in court with a Gemini. And if there's any proceedings going on with you and a Gemini, know that they are pissed and they're very resentful over the fact that this is even going down. They may have thought about, well, maybe we need to fix this on our own. Let's not resort to letting others decide our fate, but they'll stop themselves nonetheless. There's something about them getting caught up in the moment. So if this is an outside party or something that they're responsible for, they do reflect on that. They may not admit it to you. Okay. They'll keep that close to their vest, but they definitely reflect on it. And they think about how things could have been differently. Some people are great at, turning a blind eye to what they do, right? Not admitting it, just will flat out cold-blooded lie in your face. And so some of you may have dealt with that with a Gemini, but don't think that this person isn't aware of what they've done. Now, if it's you that have done something wrong to them, they're not letting it go just that easy. A part of them, because of their emotions, which is still connected to you, they want to come back. They do consider going back to you. It just seems like the two of you are so far apart from each other right now, even if you live next door. It's just so much of a distance from understanding each other at this time. And I think for some of you who are physically in a relationship with another or with a Gemini, they may have found themselves straying a bit. They may have. And, for them, it's just like it was a moment in time. Things got the better of them and they didn't make the best judgment. And that's kind of that's like their story, and that's what they're sticking to. Right. But I do feel like you're never off of their mind, and they're always thinking about the situation, and they're thinking about, if it's like enemies, kind of feel this enemy energy coming up off this card. So if it's that, then it's more of, how do I beat this person in court? How do I win above all else? Yeah, definitely. If the two of you are at odds and this is a money situation, this Gemini, you better be very, very careful and conscious, because they're coming with both guns blazing. And that's kind of what I'm saying. I think down at the beginning, when it all boils down, Geminis are thinking about the situation, and they're not going to take the full responsibility, because they're going to, at least share some of the blame of how the two of you have gotten where you are. So that's Gemini. Now let's look at, I believe, Cancer. Well, Cancer, this Cancer has a whole lot to say. 3 cards just came out, and clearly there's been some type of fight or fallout, really nasty. I just get nasty. It's just coming off the cards. It feels very nasty. It feels very vindictive. It feels very strategic. And I feel that Cancer, if they haven't tried to do something to get you back, and I mean, in a very confrontational sort of way, they're plotting, they're planning. I feel whatever this is, and for all of you, it'll be different. This is not just your love partner. This can be a family member, a friend, a neighbor, a coworker. Be conscious of people around you, earth signs, Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus, that is dealing with a Cancer. They're holding back, but they may be plotting. For others of you, I feel it may be you that have done something to truly wound a Cancer. This person is extremely wounded. If it is you, if you've done anything against a Cancer knowingly to wound this individual, you're going to be caught. This is karmic. It's karma. It's something that they're paying back and paying for, and it's something that you're going to have to pay for. So you're both in a very karmic time right now. I would be very careful. Try, obviously you want to protect yourself, and I don't want anyone to get scared, but I just want to, just what I see, it's what I'm going to say. So just be very conscious in dealing with Cancers, okay? Because I feel like a situation can go from 0 to 10 in a matter of seconds. Now, whatever this is, they're not showing it as they're saying, even though I don't show it. I'm sorry for the things that went on between us. And this thing is going to, if it hasn't already gotten really nasty, let me know in the comment section below, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgos, if any of you have experienced this with this Cancer or a Cancer in your life. And again, like I said, be very conscious and careful, because something that it's, that's type of thing where it's like someone's very quiet, very meek, very passive, and all of a sudden they become a monster. It's that type of thing. Remember that Bjork, I think her name was Bjork, she was getting off the plane. I don't know how many of you remember that, but the reporter was just asking her a question, and she was like this little tiny kitten, just like all meekish walking, and all of a sudden she just turned out and just attacked the woman. So it's, not to be dramatic. Clearly I'm not warning, God forbid, any of that happens to anyone. But when you see things like this, and then you get this message to back it up, it speaks to what could be very vindictive behavior, right? A wolf in sheep's clothing type of a thing. So you be careful. And if I have to warn you, if you're doing anything that you're going to, soon regret, with a Cancer, it definitely can become something. It can get out of hand, like courts get involved, that sort of thing. And if it doesn't, there's karma to be paid here. So everybody's going to get what they have coming to them if this situation has to get to that place. Okay, let's get out of the dramatics. In a more lesser mundane sense, an argument, a fallout, a discord with your love, who could possibly be a Cancer, will definitely reach a pinnacle place of perhaps breakup. Right. But I feel if that is the case, you guys have been dealing with a dynamic together that has been very toxic. And this is the time where it says, okay, the bond has finally been broken. And I feel like it will be you, Taurus, Capricorn, and I speak to Capricorns because the devil card just came out here. So that is your card. So Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, that will ultimately say, I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm dropping you. I've had enough of you. So, yeah, just be conscious and try to come from the most integral, high place that you can, so that your karma will stay intact. I think all I can say about that there. Now let's look at Leo. Well, guys, Leos are missing you. The Leos are missing Capricorn, Virgos, or Tauruses. They may feel as though there wasn't enough time and attention put into the relationship, put into the home, put into the commitment. And I do feel if there was a possible breakup, breakdown, or a disconnect here, they completely feel as though they've gotten over that. If you have a Leo that you still love, that you still think about, you will be surprised by their response if you were to contact them. Now, we are in Mercury retrograde. So clearly that's giving everyone those deep internal feels, right? But if you are thinking about them, I think that they would be far more inclined to respond quite positively. Yeah, they're thinking about you a lot. And they are probably this close. If you haven't already heard from them, they're very close to contacting you. They want to spend some time. They want to see you. They want to come see you, or you see them. They want to go out, have a good time. And it's almost like let bygones be bygones, right? This person it could be Leo or one of you who have been overwrought and overworked. Maybe you look at money as everything, the be all and all. Maybe because, you're not able to make money, have a commitment, or you overtly focus on the more tangible things in life and chasing dreams and that sort of thing. Or perhaps there's not enough motivation or commitment to your personal goals and to this relationship that has created a breakdown, but they do miss you. They miss you. They think about you and they look at your picture often obviously. And as I'm telling you, this person still loves you. They still are committed and have a commitment within their heart for you. And so if you're interested in trying to repair this, they do mean it. They do miss you. But again, we're in Mercury retrograde. So you guys would know which side makes sense for which side is this side that belongs to you or them. And you guys know if this is the kind of story that makes sense to try to work things out. Does that make sense? Because for some of you, you may be listening and saying, listen, no, I know that as soon as Mercury goes direct, they're going to be back out the door, or they can't be committed, or they're going to cheat. And so I'm not here to tell you to do anything. I'm just telling you this is how they feel right now. And they miss their earth sign. So now let's go to Virgo. Well, earth signs, Virgos are trying to find their self. They're trying to find themselves. This person may be having a lot of money woes, money problems, money issues. They may have a lot of debt. That's the first thing that came to me, debt. Are indebted to others, a lot of obligations. And I know that they've been editing a lot. So they may be editing things, and you may be one of those people that they had to edit. It very well could be temporary. One thing about some Virgos, not all, I hate putting everyone in the same category, but some Virgos, they will do a lot of editing and changing in their life to get a handle of something that they really need to get taken care of. And once they do that, they will go back to those that's worth it and reclaim those relationships, right? Redefine them, even if they have to kind of take a very slow but steady pace back into your life. That could be the case. For others of you, this Virgo may already be trying to move towards someone else, and they're having a hard time doing that, by the way. But there is an inability to give their part, right? To commit and to give in this completely. For some of you, there could be a third party issue that's making it very difficult as well for them to commit here. But they are trying to, I feel, find their footing, find their place, find their person, find what makes complete sense to them so that they can have a complete alignment. So it just equals to me that this person is completely confused. They don't know exactly what they want and who they want it with. And so obviously they can't give if they don't have their stuff together. And this is absolutely no critique of Virgo. This is just the cards that I see and what I'm reading here. Everyone has their plight. And sometimes when you are going through things, at least you're smart and mature enough to say, if to no one else but to yourself, well, I need to kind of get myself together. I need to find myself. I need to know what it is that makes me happy and where I'm going in life and be on solid ground before I, try to integrate with others, right? And so for some of you, it could just be that with this Virgo, but yeah, they're not ready for anything, at least not right now. Now let's go on to Libra. Okay, so Libras need to go their own way for a little while. They are not happy. Some of them are not happy. Someone had to leave. Someone literally physically got up and left the home. But this Libra, they're not in a good place, and they haven't been in a good place probably since you guys have disconnected, or since there's been, this rocky period in your relationship. They're going to get better. But they recognize that they've not been themselves lately, right? They may not have the same level of confidence. They may be struggling and needing to get back on their feet. They need to recoup in some kind of way. Even, their appearance may have been a little bit challenged at this time, and they may, at least admit to themselves that they've been quite dissatisfied, probably, unhappy, even bitchy to some extent during the process of this relationship. And now the breakup, because it looks like the two of you are either taking a break, separated, or broke up. So they're going to focus really on themselves right now. I think that's the best thing. And with the star card peeking out, coming right after, yeah, they're definitely going to get their act together, and they're going to be looking ahead. They're not necessarily going to open themselves once they lose the weight, get the job, make the money, whatever they need to get to that place to feel like, you know what, I'm a better version of me again. I certainly don't think that they're going to be open to get back together. Whatever this is, it definitely is going to offspring a transformation in their life. And the downfall is what it looks like to me here is that for some of you, if there are children involved, they may not be too open to co-parent at this time. Like they need a minute. Okay. So someone is not even going to be open to, co-parent or be friendly regarding children. Not to say that someone's not going to let the other person completely see the children at all, but there may be some strong modifications or, strict rules and regulations regarding the children. I do feel like also if there's children involved here, it's going to be kind of difficult on the kids too. It's not the easiest time, or they're not too happy about the situation, but ultimately speaking, your Libra will overcome a situation. If it's not children, then it's trying to reconcile will be difficult once they get to a place where they feel better about themselves. Now let's get on to Scorpio. Well, earth signs, you've affected them. You've been a life changer. Life changed for Scorpios, game changer for them. But you see, right? You see how Aries was King of Cups reversed. Now Scorpios is upright. And I didn't do anything to the cards. Okay. I know you can't see it, but I didn't. But anyway, that's off the subject here. So back to Scorpios. Yes, Scorpio do love you. Yes, they still love you. I don't give a damn how they walk around acting. They do love you. They still have feelings for you. I think that, if it has been negative at some point, they've reconciled those feelings. They do still feel a little bit undecided if they want to be your friend, reconcile, work it out, forgive you completely, let you go. That's still up in the air. But they'll always say that Capricorn, that Taurus, that Virgo, my life changed when they came into my life. My life hasn't been the same since. Now, for some of you, well, you may have shown them a trick or two. Or vice versa, right? You may have brought out something in them, exploratory, right? But others of you, it may be that they feel like they've learned, they've become more street smart, they've become more clever, and what you need to watch out for, and trusting or not trusting, or looking for the signs of manipulation. They may feel like they've been swindled, manipulated. They thought it was going to be one thing. It turned out to be something different. So there has been, and it could have been juggling two people. You're juggling two people. They're juggling two people. But if they were juggling two people, they certainly learned how it is to lose something good from your manipulating ways. 100%. So you may have reformed a Scorpio and taught them how to love properly before they lose the very thing that they will value the most, right? And for others of you, I feel if you were the one juggling, then I feel that they will choose love, loyalty, and compassion over finances, status quo, that sort of thing. And they are definitely going to be more keen in the red flags going forward. So there's a huge lesson to be learned here dealing with a Scorpio. I don't care what level of Scorpio you're dealing with, whether it be intimate, family, friend, foe, neighbor, that sort of thing. There's a lesson, and it is going to be an uphill battle to get back to that place of commitment that the two of you once had, possibly because they see that there is a lot of layers here, right? Now, like I said, this can go vice versa, but I feel like, how when you meet someone and if you're not traumatized, then you usually give a person a clean slate, and they have the right to, change that within you, the trust that you give them. But that blind, innocent trust that you typically give people, that's been challenged now. And so it's going to take a lot of work to get back to that place, is what I feel. I do feel like some of you have a Scorpio in your life. I do feel like they're willing to still work things out or communicate with you, or they've tried to. And some of you are at a place where you're not too sure about if you want to be bothered. You may be looking at it, as I said, vice versa, as if what What is the motive? What's the angle? So someone doesn't trust the other person. Someone definitely sees the other person as a complete manipulator. And like I said, getting back to that happy place, that content place, that comfort level will be a bit of a challenge. Now let's go on to Sagittarius. So I guess nothing compares to you guys, huh? Earth signs with a Sagittarius. Nothing compares. Now for those of you who have broken up with a Sagittarius, they may be cool. Like they're fine. They're cool on their own. All right. I don't see that they're all busted up that the two of you aren't together, but they definitely want to reconcile. They definitely, I feel, miss what the two of you share, what the two of you have. That's for those of you who are not with your Sagittarius. There is something about you that hands down no one else has. And this person, this Sagittarius, may talk about you quite a bit to others, bring you up in random conversations. And let's not get so stuck on, well, this has to be an intimate relationship. No, this could be, as I said, any type of relationship with a Sagittarius that is significant enough to show up in your reading. But this Sag will bring you up in random conversations. Yeah, such and such used to do, yeah, da da da. So there is a reminiscing, whether it be by tongue, by verbal, or by thoughts, and kind of wanting to bring that alchemy together and bring the two of you together. So that's what they're wanting, especially if the two of you are not. And it may be you saying, no, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm okay. But they probably do really miss you. And they do find themselves comparing you to many other people. Now, when it comes to those of you who are still with the Sagittarius or just recently gotten back with the Sagittarius, they're really happy. They're really happy. They may have learned their lesson, or that break is exactly what they needed, because it really showed them clearly what they had versus, what's out there. And I feel that, some of you could have a Sag that you recently met, and there's those feelings of every piece in the puzzle is now complete. Now that they have you in their life. They may have been struggling. It may have been very difficult for them to come out of a place of feeling stagnated and feeling trapped. And now that you're in their life, there's just, like I said, that piece of the puzzle where they're free of it mentally, they're free of it emotionally, and now they can love in a very true sort of way. Let me know in the comment section below if any of you have a Sagittarius that you recently met, or you can attest to any of these messages that's resonating here. But yeah, Sagittarius is actually one of the better signs for you earth signs, where they are, completely enamored and in a better place, or happy that the two of you are together, and they feel like the two of you have something very, very special. So now let's look at Capricorn. So Capricorns, and if you are out here listening, don't get upset. Don't get an attitude. This is a general, okay? And just view it all. Everyone should be listening and viewing this as entertainment purposes only. This is not a personal reading. No, so let's all just see it as something fun and light, and let's keep the energy light and fun. And thank you all for always, for the most part, everyone pretty much does that. It's a lot of mature. I have a pretty mature crowd, and I'm always thankful for that. So let's keep it the same way, because now when I bring the guns out, pow, pow, I don't want to hear anything, okay? That being said, you showed your ass. Capricorns have showed their ass, and it didn't get them anywhere, okay? This lying, this, no contact, these manipulating games. No, it didn't work. It didn't work. It damn sure didn't get them. It damn sure did not get a reuniting. And well, now they want to put their tail in between their legs, right? Come back and act like they got some damn sense, which is why they're going to say, even though I don't show it, I'm sorry for the things that went on between us. Well, I guess so. That's more like it, damn it. That's more like it. And it's like, even if they're not telling you this, yeah, that's how they feel. You know what I mean? Because the Capricorns I know, they are hardcore. Good luck getting any sign. Virgos, I think, out of all the earth signs, are the ones that will apologize. They will say, I'm sorry, okay, fine. Taurus, and boy, do I know a Taurus. Taurus, Capricorns, yeah, good luck. They'll remix the hell out of that conversation before they say sorry. But I'm going to get off of it. I'll get back to that message at hand. Capricorns, yeah, they're regretful of what they've done. they may have said this to you guys, other earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgos, that, they're not happy the way that things are, you know. And for some of you, this person may have tried every tactic. They may be responding to you not communicating, you not wanting at all to reconcile with them. So it could be you that has kind of completely shut them down. We know that you shut them down. But regardless of what it is, it may be you that said something disrespectful or hurtful, and even in that, they're going to kind of forego all of that and just say, hey, I'm not pleased with the way I went on, the way you've gone on. Let's just, scrap it all, and let's just focus on each other now, is what it looks like. I do feel that there's a satisfaction that they're going to get. Maybe some of you, because some of you are going to accept their apology. Some of you may have accepted their apology. Be careful. Just be careful that the person, your Capricorn is going to turn on you again. Right now is a very sticky time to expect people to remain as emotionally deep or to be holding back emotionally. Whatever it is, people are going to change. So just be careful with that. Take your time. But I do feel like your Capricorn, no matter what they say, and I do feel like they, for the most part, a lot of you, either they're telling you sorry, they're trying to be nicer, or they would like to, if given the opportunity, they want to make it better. Now let's look at Aquarius. Well, the first part of change is admitting that you have a problem, right? And your Aquarius has a problem. They know that it's hard for them to open up. They may be extremely stubborn. I don't know. I don't know a Aquarius that's not stubborn. They're sweet people though. But when you get them going, forget about it. So this person knows that they have a problem opening up. If you've just started dating someone, you may notice that you're always giving and they're not. And you may say, I'm done. And I know I've been doing generals with people saying, listen, this shit is just not equal. And so this person, and it may be emotional. It's hard for them to tell you how they feel. It's hard. I mean, that's an Aquarius. I'm sorry. That's an Aquarius, So, they realize it's a problem. I think if you continue to give them some time, if you really, really care for your Aquarius, and this just may be, the biggest issue, and you may be someone like a Leo where you like a lot of emotional expression and attention, or Cancer, give them some time. Try to give them some time, because if you guys just up and just disconnect, they will regret that they didn't tell you this and tell you that and tell you this or that. So give them some time, especially if you're dealing with, I was getting ready to go. I was about to completely forget because Leo just came and ran into this reading. But this is for Earth energy. So only if your situation. So if they're worth working it out with, do it. I really feel like Aquarius are aware of their issues and their shortcomings. It might take a while. It's gonna take a while. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. They will completely regret this if they lose you. They will completely regret this if they lose you. And they do struggle, and they may have struggled not just with you, but in relationships prior, and they want to be better. But you know what? Listen, people need to understand that everybody is not the same. I remember someone saying to me, well, why can't you be such and such? This was like so many years ago. And I was like, I don't know. I guess because I'm so busy being me. I don't have time to be anything else other than me. It's a 24-hour job being myself. So it's like, you just kind of have to accept people for who they are. Now, there are things that people obviously need to work on and fix and, blah, 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 blah. This is something that an Aquarius, they are all very emotionally, controlled. So I'm championing for them, because I feel this individual that I'm speaking to, when it says it's really hard for me to open up, they know that this is a challenge for them. But I guess, look at other areas to which they have an abundance that makes the relationship worth having. Does that make sense? Okay, because I just feel like they would be, bummed if you guys don't work out because they just have a hard time, being so emotionally free. That's Leos. Leos will tell you everything you want to hear and 50 million% more, But Aquarius is, they don't. It's not what they say; it's what they do. That's them. It's what they do, and it's gonna be different and odd and quirky because that's them too. But yeah, I guess I'm rooting for them, and I don't even know who I'm talking to, but I am rooting for Aquarius. Okay, so now on to Pisces. Okay, so Pisces definitely feel. Such okay. Pisces definitely feels like there's a lot of other things that they need to focus on right now. Some of you are dealing or have a Pisces in your life that you guys are no longer together, and the breakup could have been kind of nasty, and someone was left feeling like they were done wrong in the matter. And in this regard, I feel that Pisces, it's dual, so this could literally go either way. Pisces may still be wanting you, loving you, waiting on you, and you could be the one that reached out, wanted to kind of check in on them, but not waiting around. You don't even have time to sit and be stable in this relationship, or vice versa. Okay, in this particular reading I'm picking up, this literally can go vice versa. This is not just their feelings to you. This is how they could be feeling based upon how you're treating them, or this is how they feel based upon the reality of the circumstance between the two of you. So one of you may have called, may have checked in, and then they just poof, gone, right? Went on with their life because they have other things, other responsibilities that are more important. And this is someone who loves attention. They get attention. They may feel like their life is doing really well right now. They're okay. They're fine. This may be someone who's now newly single and they happen to like it. So it's going to be difficult to get them to pull. I just get, for one of you, the Pisces or the Earth sign, it's difficult to get someone. Oh yeah, so you guys want the Pisces. Okay, but it could be like even the card I just drew just now, it's still giving me a mixed message of it could be you, it could be them because it's a lot of fire. So it's a lot of passion, but as we know, fire burns out. So eventually there's nothing else to hold this, and whoever wants this, it's like temporary. It's that short flicker of energy that somebody wants this, but eventually they're going to get into something and they're moving towards something else that's going to take more precedent over getting back together or focusing on this relationship and grounding the relationship and then developing a relationship. So it's more a temporary situation with Pisces, but if it is a Pisces woman, she does have feelings for you, Earth sign. She does. She may feel like you are kind of like an in and out situation, an in and out person, in and out of her life. And it could be for business. It could be for other things. You just can't sit around and do this traditional thing when there's a lot of other things to consider. It's kind of what I get with this reading for Pisces and their feelings for you. And so right now, they can't give up on those responsibilities, but they also can't give up on the limelight, the attention, the people. There's a lot that they're feeding off of with their quote unquote responsibilities. That makes sense. I'm not saying people don't have responsibilities, but there's a lot more that comes with those responsibilities that I feel that they're able to get off on, if that makes any sense. Now, with that being said, that's what we have. I love doing these. I don't know why I don't do them more often, but I do love to do it. It's always fun. It's quick. It's in. It's out. And I like them. And I do hope that you guys find some interest and entertainment in it. Let me know in the comment section below if you like these to keep going. What do you like best about it? Would you like to see change? Just give me some critique. I can handle it. This stuff is soft, but it's my skin is tough, but it is soft. Anyway, I'm gonna come up off of this video, guys. I hope that you find this an enjoyment. If you would like to get a personal reading with me, you can set that up on the link to my website. And if you would like to share, I want to hear from all of you guys. So if you love to share, please do so in the comment section below. If anyone are time stamping, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you're new to this channel, welcome and subscribe, because I'll be back very soon with another one. Take care, guys.